In this video, we're going to be discussing the concept of class in Python. In Python, a class is a blueprint for creating objects. Basically, the class would wrap the data and the functions, which is what we would call methods because they represent the behavior within that object. Okay, the class would wrap the data and those methods that operate on the data. And by using a Python class, you make it easier to manage and organize your code and the functionalities of the entities within your code. In the previous video, I gave a description about a car. So basically, we would use a class keyword and we would say class of car. Right here, we can proceed to put the class attributes. So the attributes or properties would basically describe like the parts of the object that we have created. So for example, we have wheels, and I can specify this to be 4. If I want to have a default, this is what I do. If I don't need a default, I can specify the type and pass in the amount of wheels inside the initializer. We call it the constructor. So this is the constructor right here. So if I say def init, it's a special Python method that is used to initialize that object. So we'll call it the constructor function called init, right? Double underscore init, and then you end it with a double underscore, and then you pass in the self keyword. The self keyword here describes the class itself. We're pointing to the class. So for example, I can say these are some of the properties that should be accepted when this object is created. So some of the properties can be the make, can be the model, it can be the year. Let's just specify the data type. Model, I would also accept an int here. By the way, that can be a string anyways. So here it can be a string. Swap this to string as well. All right. Okay. And we can proceed to say self.make equals make. Okay, so now what this is doing here, when we say self.make, we are describing the object itself. When someone tries to create a new car and they pass in the make, this is what would be passed in. Go ahead and assign the value of make within the class to the value that was passed in. Okay, so we'll do that for the others. Model. Let's add another method here. So I'm going to call this description. So what this would do is simply give us a description of this new object that was created, right? We would simply use the data that was passed in. So I can say self dot. Now using the self keyword, oh, we have an error here, self. Good. So using the self keyword, we can simply point to the values that were passed in. So for example, I can say the self dot here. I can put another curly brace here, and I say self dot make, and one last one, self dot model. Okay. All right, we can add another method such as start engine. Okay. So this will just return a string for us here. The engine is now running. All right. Remember, we have a default here. So if we want to make use of that, default, we can say the engine is now running on. And I can say self.wheels. Okay. The engine is now running for our car on 4 wheels. So this is going to basically carry this value which is 4. That's our default on 4 wheels. Okay, so let's go ahead and create a new object from the class. Okay, so that's what we're going to do right now. We're going to create a new object from the class. Now remember, these are methods. So let's include that here, of course, so that you can understand. This is a constructor function. Okay, so our constructor, methods. Okay, so these are methods. All right, so creating a new car, we can say my car equals car, and in here you see it's asking us, it's showing us the expected types that we should pass in. So for example, the make, which is a string, so we can say Toyota, the model 2020 model, okay, and the year, oh okay, 2020, that's an int. All right, and we can say my car dot description. That is going to give us the description, so I can simply print my car dot description. If I run this, let's see what we get. So you see we have 2020 Toyota 2020 model. Anyway, so that is returned from here. So this is the method that we just called. And if I say start engine, if I run this, the engine is now running for our car with, oh yeah, that's an error. So we should have F here. Okay, let's run that again. And you see the engine is now running for our car with 4 wheels. All right, so guys, this is a quick intro on how to work with a class in Python. In the next video, we would also get to break this down and show us even more practical examples. All right, thanks for watching. I will see you in the next one. Bye.